listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting. Hey, how's it going, man?
Trying not to vomit.
Try not to vomit. You know, I'm dying here. I'm literally dying. And I'm not kidding you. It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
And
Not that bad over here, actually. Starting to cool down.
yeah, well, it might be outside, but in my house, it is like fucking 84. And I'll tell you why. Did I tell you on my birthday, the best present ever, the fucking AC unit blows.
Nice.
So, hey, well known, how are you? So needless to say, all last weekend into the the beginning of this week, phoning places for quotes and all this kind of shit, and had a few people coming out and doing quotes, and you know how salespeople are. Come on, they want you to gobble up their bullshit.
Yep.
And they think you're stupid and desperate because it's fucking hot, and you're desperate for AC. Guess what? No. There was a time when we lived without AC.
That's right.
But I'll tell you, no, it's killer, man. But anyways, I'm having it finally installed tomorrow. So they're coming out tomorrow to install a new furnace, new AC unit. And
at least you won't have to worry for a while after that.
Well, yeah. And I'll be so glad to have AC once again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been brutal, man.
I can imagine.
Yeah, like, okay, sure. It gets cooler at night. It's beautiful at night. It's nice out right now, but in the house, it is stagnant. You can have as many fans going as you want. It's just literally recirculating that fucking heat.
Yep.
It doesn't help at all. It sucks.
And just don't fart close to a fan either. Because then you're recirculating more than just stale air.
Hey, hey, you don't have to worry about one thing though. You don't have the covers on, so if you do fart, it's not captured underneath the covers. So you don't have to worry about those napalm bombs.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking insane. But finally, I'm glad to finally have it done. Finally. So yeah, it but I was looking at the forecast over the last the next few days, and it's really not looking that hot.
No, it's supposed to be nice for a little while.
Yeah.
That's new. That's good.
But go figure, as soon as we get the AC, we don't need it.
Well, I'm sure at some point you'll need it.
Yeah, but you know what? At least the good thing about this AC and the furnace, it's like one of those variable ones.
Oh, the furnace?
Yeah. The furnace and the AC, they're both variable.
Okay. Oh, good.
So it'll keep like going until the temperature it's a constant. So you're saving a lot of money that way. Because if you got like a single unit,
single stage,
it's on off. So when it turns off, it comes back on, it's got to reach that plateau again, and it's got to hold it there for a little bit, and then it shuts off.
Yep.
Then it comes back on, so you're wasting a lot of energy with that. But at least with this, it constantly it will go to keep that temperature a constant, and finally have a smart meter too. So I mean, we didn't have a smart meter, so that'll be good. So yeah. So what's new with you?
Nothing.
There it is.
For the books.
There it is, man. It's been a while, but finally we got it out of you.
Yeah.
The classic response.
Now you
You
got to go
sound like,
back to the roots every once in a while, right?
yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. We wouldn't be who we are if we did not have those roots there, right? So,
That's right.
so how's everybody doing? I see a lot of familiar faces in chat. Thank you for joining us tonight. Melissa, Tim, Cool Tools, how are you, man? Who else we got here? Tim. Who else? There's a few. Abandoned
You
and
said Melissa already,
Forgotten
right?
Whales. Huh?
You said Melissa already, right?
Yeah, I said Melissa.
Just making sure.
And those who have not chimed into, well known. I said, hey, the bearded drifter. Hey, how are you? What?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have AC.
At the moment, he doesn't.
I don't have it, man. I haven't had it for the past week. It's been brutal.
It's just like I'm glad I don't live in Italy right now. They're apparently suffering really bad over there.
Yeah, but I mean, oh well, you're from the northern part, or you're from the northern
Central,
part,
but it still gets
central.
stifling hot there.
Oh, really?
It's gotten to degrees like 40 degrees Celsius, and very, very, very few places have ACs over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All the bearded drifters mentioning that they're getting a heat wave in the UK and they're not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to that kind of heat. And here, for the most part, it hasn't been too bad yet.
This year, yeah, it hasn't been too
This
bad.
year, but I'm telling you, sometimes around now it really gets bad. Like we're talking about 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Easily. And it's a stifling, muggy heat.
It's very humid.
It's humid and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your balls will sweat when you're in the shade.
like fried onions.
Oh, shit. There's a visual.
Quick, get the fried onion,
Oh.
fried onion video going there, man.
It's more like fried calamari.
Oh God. Oh man, it's insane. It's just insane. So, yeah. Hey, I don't know. So that sucks. Yeah, but so anyways, we decided we come in here for like a summer show sort of thing. And because I mean we're technically in hiatus, but we still come in here to chime in and see how you guys are doing over the summer. Again, the regular season 15 kicks off September. I don't know what day. We haven't picked a day yet, have we?
No, but hang on. The YouTube video is just frozen.
Oh, come on. No way.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's okay.
Maybe it's just mine.
It's probably yours. How's it for everyone else? Is YouTube freezing on you guys? Did we say something that we weren't supposed to say?
Yeah, maybe.
Like what? Fried
onions?
Fried onions.
Fried onions.
Fried onions.
This is a burrito place, not onions.
This is a burrito place. Yeah. So completely open this evening, and again, open you guys who, if you'd like to join us up here, by all means, I'll put the link there in a few minutes. We possibly will have two people joining us for sure. Our good friend Justin Villarreal. Many of you who are familiar with our show, and which one did you watch? It's probably and Double P. Paranormal Patrick.
Double P.
Double P.
I hope he comes on, man.
He will. I know he can't help grabbing the spotlight. He loves it. He soaks it in
his shy little way.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, fun. Yeah, it's been relatively, not too bad weather-wise. So I mean, unusual. Oh yeah, the last show that we did, I think, with punches and down under and all that. That's after you left, I think, Alex. After you left, we started talking about unusual foods.
Oh, great. The hell were you guys talking about,
Oh,
man?
we'll go back and watch it. It's hilarious.
Nah, I don't have
Some of the
time for
food
that.
we were talking about.
It's gonna make me hungry. I don't wanna watch that.
Trust me, it won't.
Oh, okay.
It
Good.
won't make you hungry.
What are you guys talking about? Crickets?
I think we mentioned crickets in there. I could be. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think it might have been your YouTube there, Alex. Everyone else seems to be fine.
Yeah. I refreshed it. It's fine now.
You refreshed it.
I did.
You did. Okay. Well, I'll put the. No, that's not what I wanted to put out there. Yeah. So, but today it was. What they say, it was feeling like 37.
I don't know. Didn't feel that hot.
Well, they're saying like 29 feels like 37 with the humidity.
Maybe. I mean, I worked from home today, so I didn't go out too often.
No, I mean you didn't want to burn in the sun.
I was raining here in the morning.
No, I know it was raining, but you know how you are with sunlight.
Yeah, I know. I'm allergic to sun. That's the curse of being a vampire, I guess. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gotta, not go to Highgate and get staked by
Highgate.
By the bishop.
I'm totally jealous that you got to go there. I have to go there.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to. It's a bucket list.
Just mention David Ferrand's name. They'll all get excited.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah,
well, you knew him.
How do you know him? He goes, oh yeah, we've had him on the show a few times. That was classic.
I don't think I've uploaded any of the David Ferrand shows yet to the YouTube.
That's got to be done, dude.
No, I will. Yeah. I just haven't had time. But I think the only thing that we have up here is the tribute show that we did for David.
Okay.
I think that's the only one. But yeah, no, I will get. Oh fuck! Some of them are classic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like him on the couple times that he was on the very first time he was on the show, and us getting slagged afterwards by the bogus bishop himself.
Yeah, and we were ceremoniously inducted into the evil cabal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I still have my membership card.
Yeah, so do I. And let's see. He was on with Richard Serrett. That was I think Richard was a little nervous coming on.
I know.
I cannot. Well, I can understand why. You know why? Because he had just interviewed Sean Manchester.
Oh,
remember? He had just interviewed him, and here we are bringing David Ferrand on for to give Richard the other sort of side of the coin,
right?
So I'm kind of thinking he was kind of nervous coming on, but he was a trooper. He came on, and it turned out to be a really good show.
Yeah,
because I remember he was talking about his conversations with Sean Manchester for the documentary. I think it was like a TV show or documentary, a TV episode that he was a part of a TV show, and they were filming an episode on the Highgate Vampire, and they were interviewing him for the episode, and he was telling us all about his visit to Sean's place, and Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What are
And
we
of course,
doing nowadays?
um,
Is he
I
still
don't
on air?
know. Huh?
Is he still on the radio?
Who?
Richard Serrett.
I don't know. I think he is, and I think he still covers the odd Sunday or Saturday weekend show for George Snorri. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure if he's still up going. I don't know. Local, I think he still has the show local.
I
Um,
haven't really heard of. Well, I don't really listen to radio that much anymore. Anyway,
yeah, but even so, I never really heard about his show anyways when it
I've
was
listened
on.
to a bunch of his shows in the past, like a long
Years
time
ago,
ago.
I did, yeah, and in fact, I was a guest on his show one time. Um, and it was hilarious. He introduced me as Steve Junior.
Steve Jr.
Steve Junior. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. Oh, I just like, oh man, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna correct him.
Ah, you should have, man.
Nah, just whatever. Go on with the show. It turned out to be a pretty cool show. I enjoyed being on the show. You know, there's a lot of Canadian radio shows that suck though.
Yeah.
You know, I just
Like A View from Space.
I don't know. I kind of like that.
Ah, come on.
No, I kind of liked it.
It always boiled down to the same thing every episode.
What, conspiracy?
Ah, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
It boiled down to that every single episode he did, no
Uh-huh.
matter what the topic was, it inevitably boiled down to that.
Yeah. But
And
like
that's the one thing that annoyed me about that show.
and tell us why it annoyed you.
Because it's just annoyed me.
Why?
It's stupid.
Why? Well,
How does everything
come on.
revolve around one organization?
Because of the Illuminati.
Sure.
They're this ultra secretive, all-powering,
All powering.
they control the world,
Of course they do.
you know. But yeah, what show really sucks though? X Zone. Wait a sec. Did I say that?
Weren't you on that show?
Yeah. I was on that show. Yeah, he had me on, and I'm not the only person that had a bad experience on that show as a guest.
Oh, I'm sure. We've had multiple guests who've had bad experiences.
I don't know. It's like the first hour, he builds up, your background, like, technical, the average, most shows do for the first segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And who are you? What do you do? Tell us a little about your research, your background, your experience. And like, okay, so I came on because, I've been, investigating and researching the paranormal for over, I don't know, 20 years, whatever it was at the time. And he's like, where'd you learn to investigate? I read books. He goes, you read books? Oh, okay. You mean you didn't go to, police academy or anything like that to learn how to
Which is where
investigate?
they go to read more books.
Yeah, and where he learned how to investigate because he's an ex-cop. And he literally slams you right there. That's it. Bang. No need to go any further. You have no experience whatsoever.
Did you ask him if he's gotten any solid evidence of the paranormal since he's an ex-cop?
Let's look at there. That's another can of worms right there, right? That's another can of worms. Evidence, paranormal evidence. Oh, what is fucking evidence of the paranormal? Let's be realistic here. What is evidence? What is evidence? Can you prove that it's evidence? Can you? We don't even fucking know what the paranormal is.
Well, apparently that ex-cop can.
Well, yeah. I prefer to call it fucking, findings, right? They're findings. Theoretically, it is unexplained. It's not explainable through scientific means or methods. Therefore, it's unknown. It's paranormal. It's evidence. Right? It's evidence.
Yeah, speculative evidence.
But there you go, Alex. It's the paranormal, and the Illuminati controls the paranormal too.
Really? Wow.
That's why we'll never find the truth. We'll never get any answers.
Makes sense.
As to what is, but I mean, look, realistically, we look at, the paranormal, the great unknown as, look at the size of space, right? I mean, you can't fathom the size of it.
Nope.
You drive yourself insane to think how big the space is. You can be, you can speculate, sure.
I don't even think we're capable of actually grasping the vastness of space.
No. But I mean, that is like the paranormal. I mean, the same thing is, it's just like, you can't really explain it because we don't have the means or the methods, via science or whatever else, to explain it at this point in time. I mean, yeah, there's some really weird shit going on. I've had many of things that I can't explain, and no matter how I try to explain them through science or whatnot, there's no explanation. Okay, fine, but that's rare. That's rare. It's not even. I mean, fuck, you have all these TV shows out there, and their agenda is, it's so easy to get evidence. Really? Why don't you tell those people how long it took you to get that evidence?
The ones that they didn't fabricate?
Yeah. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours before anything happened. Wait a sec. Nothing happened? Okay, let's make something happen. Fabricate it. That's what I mean, Alex. Trevor, how are you? It's good to see you, buddy. It's there you go. Right there and then. The Illuminati controls the paranormal. It's true. I just proved it.
Sure.
I did.
Okay.
Come on, dispute it.
I'm not disputing anything.
Why not?
Because it's not my place.
Sure it is.
Oh, is it?
You're the co-host.
That doesn't mean I have to dispute it.
So once again, if anyone would like to join us this evening, by all means, link is in chat. I don't know. Maybe we lost Mr. Patrick.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. You saw it. I think he's pooped out us. Paranormal Patrick's not going to show up tonight. Oh well, whatever. So yeah, we just figured again, we just come on here and say, hey, how's it going, guys? And it's good to see everybody in chat. Still working the guest list for the new season. And I've got some really good ideas that I'm going to run across to you soon.
All right.
for some shows and some potential guests. You know who I'd like to have back on?
Who?
Lyle Blackburn.
Who?
Lyle Blackburn.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to talk about the creature from Boggy Creek again.
Sure.
I'd like
That's
to
a fun
talk.
show.
Yeah, I enjoy Lyle. He's a pretty good. He's got his own podcast now, I believe. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I don't know the name of it, but it's I'm not sure. I think it's just a podcast. I don't think he streams it visually. It's just an audio podcast where he has guests and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And I'm assuming he provides his own music because he's a musician. He's in a band, right? The Gareth tribute is next month. And what did we say? The 5th?
I believe so, yeah.
The 5th as it is right now. But it may change. We don't know. Just set right there and then. But like I said, it all depends on the guests and everything else, and if we can make it happen. Because let's face it, I mean that's yes, the 5th of August. It's and that's pretty much a year later, pretty much, right?
I think so. I don't remember the exact date, but
yeah, I think it was like just right the August 4th, I believe he passed away, something like that. Oh yeah, it's hard to believe it's been a year. Pretty much, and I go back every once in a while and I look at some of the old shows and streamed like 10 months ago. What? We had Gareth on? What the hell? Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
Freaky
how time flies.
Yeah, and things change so quick. It's so rapidly. It's insane. I mean, we were doing those COVID lockdown shows. Those were pretty cool. Yeah, Trevor, I agree. I do believe he's still around. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I do agree. He's definitely there somewhere, somehow. And he's hey Tim, he's smiling down and going, man, these guys kick ass. Literally. Wow. Okay, Trevor. I'd like to hear why you think that. That's interesting. Yeah, he was. Absolutely. He had some really cool impressions. Yeah, he had some pretty cool impressions. It's funny because I used to make fun of him when we first met, and it's like I thought you were from the UK because I remember when the first time I talked to him and I'm listening to his voice and go, what the fuck? I thought you were from the UK. Because I am. You sound like a fucking New Yorker to me. He goes, do I? I go, yeah, man. No, I live in California. I go, are you sure, man? Because you sound like you're fucking from New York. Yeah.
The good old days.
You have to see it. You have to see it. The Bearded Drifter. Yes, it's such a Lucio Fulci's classic. It's classic Italian gore horror fest. I mean zombie gore fest. Yeah. I'll be doing a Gareth show in a few weeks to explain. Oh, okay. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. That will be really interesting.
Keep us posted.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Let us know when it's going on.
Trevor, you should come on and talk about Bigfoot with us. As it stands right now, Reeves Cook will be with us for the show. Ben is a maybe. Hey, number one, how are you? Good
How
to
you
see
doing?
you. Ben might be away, but see, this is what I mean. The date may change. I just wanted to put a date so we can all sort of come together. But like I said, that can change. And we'll go from there, obviously, and we'll let you guys all know. Excuse me. Yes, we all do. We all miss Gareth greatly. It's like I said a while ago. It's after doing so many shows with Gareth and coming over here and him doing shows here and going over and doing his morning shows and doing his Friday night shows and whatever. It's just his regular show. It just when he passed away, it just it's you're so used to doing. Hey, Kevin, how are you? You're just so used to doing so many things and talking and virtually being with that person on a show all the time, and you really feel it obviously when the person passes away, because that's it. No new content, nothing. I remember talking to him. I think it was like the day before he went into the hospital that he went to the hospital, and I said, dude, you really have to go get looked at, man. You really do. You just don't sound good, and and I think this was it the sixth stream was the same day. I think, I don't know, but and that was it. And then obviously it went silent. Um, things went silent. You kept hearing things. Oh, Gareth's in the hospital with COVID and complications of COVID or whatever it was. The sixth stream day, I believe, the same day as the sixth stream. It was before or after I was talking to him on the phone. I can't remember if it was before or after. I think it was just slightly before he went live. We were talking, but like I said, oh, well, I lost my train of thought now. There was like this gap. Okay, like, oh, wait a sec. And like I said, he was admitted to the hospital, and you're hearing some real dark stuff. Gareth may not make it. He's in a bad way. He's on a ventilator. You kept hearing all this shit, and I sent him a message on Messenger, and of course it was never answered. And I just had this really, really bad feeling. This really bad feeling that, yeah, just things aren't great. Things aren't, you know. And there was I think there was a little bit of time when they said he seems to be improving a little bit, but that was short lived. He took a turn for the worse, and that was it. And it's like a lot like Alex. We haven't mentioned this, but I mean it's like a lot like a regular listener of ours, Ron, uh, who has been pretty sick. Um, and we've reached out to him, but have not heard anything back. I hope everything is okay, Ron. If you're watching this and or watch the archive or whatever, please reach out and let us know you're okay.
Yeah,
Ron has been, watching watching the show ever since we started on YouTube, right?
pretty much. Yeah.
And he's provided the new music for a few things for the
Mhm.
show and the documentary. He provided some music, which was cool because he's a musician. So, Ron, if you're watching, please let us know you're okay. I know you were going through some pretty heavy stuff there. So let us know if you're okay, buddy. Yeah, scary. Um, a lot, a lot of people, man. A lot of people, and it's like a lot of other things. This show has felt a lot of people. A lot of our friends here on the show have left us. Of course, with Gareth and our good friend David Ferrant.
Yep.
Chris Hawley,
Hmm.
Joe. Joe, even though Joe was a hard guy he was a hard guy to get along with, and you didn't always agree with Joe, but Joe in the end was a good guy. It's really too bad, and some of the guests that we've had on the show, like Jerry E. Smith, weather
Hmm.
modification, warfare. Awesome guy. Awesome. Really loved the show when he was on. Really good. I do believe it's in our archives. If you have a chance, please listen to it. That's Warfare with Jerry E. Smith. And it should be in the Nocturnal Vaults here on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, listen to it. If you're into chemtrails and weather modification and all that stuff, check it out. The guy, he knows his stuff. He's done really good research. So he did for his book, Weather Modification, or sorry, Weather Warfare. So yeah,
Not
I
forgetting
don't.
Stanton Friedman.
Oh, Stanton Friedman. Oh yeah, fuck. That shows up in the archives too, is it not?
I
Did I
believe
put?
so.
I
I,
believe so.
if not, we'll have to get it up there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up there. And wow, we're so fucking lucky to get him on the show. You know, here's this guy that, I don't know how many times I heard on Coast to Coast and other shows. And I'm like, we got to get him on. And when he accepted, it's like, wow, we're gonna have Stanton Friedman on the show.
Yeah,
This is
that
this
was
is
pretty
on.
cool.
It was great. It was great. Down to earth guy. He was such a down to earth guy. I mean, you get these high profile people that come on the show and they stink to hell. They just stink. And we already talked about one the last time.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Garrus Stella pint glass. His Stella was his go-to. If you couldn't find anything else, he'd always drink Stella. Right? So nobody wants to take us up on the joining us live here. Come on, guys. Don't be bashful. Links in the
Don't be
chat.
bashful.
Don't be bashful.
Steve doesn't bite. Only if you ask nicely.
Yeah. So Dr. Demon Gord stopped over after, what was it, last Thursday? Or Wednesday? Week ago. After the birthday party,
Yep.
their birthday dinner. He stopped by, and I thought he had quit drinking.
I know. I thought so too. And he was talking about all these drinks and all that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Something's not right here.
Well, he says he's cut it down to 3 now.
Yeah.
3,
Hope he keeps it that way.
no more than 3.
Yeah. Three's a
And I
magic
said,
number.
well, wait a sec, this is your 4th. Oh, it's a special occasion. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, then that's your last beer then. I'm going to have to cut you off. Oh, man. Scary. I did get into that bottle you gave me. Thank you, by
Nice.
the way.
No worries.
I don't drink whiskey that much as I used to. I used to drink whiskey all the time, but I don't really drink it that much anymore. But it's a nice whiskey, man.
Of course it is.
It's funny. There's a, I don't know if you saw this. There's a peanut butter whiskey out there.
No, I have not seen that.
There's a peanut butter whiskey out there. And now in the US, I mean, it's available here at the LCBO in Canada in the bottle. But now they are pushing them in cans. Small,
Whiskey?
whiskey in a can. Peanut butter whiskey in a can.
Mm.
It's oh my god. Oh, hold on a
Have
second.
you tried it?
No. I'm thinking about grabbing a bottle, but I like the can idea. I think that's pretty interesting.
That could be a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah, of course. That's why it's interesting. Okay, here, hold on. I'll tell you what it is. Kevin, I'll let you guys know. Oh, where are we? The name of it it's called Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. And you can get it at the LCBO in a bottle.
Okay.
But in the US, they're releasing it in cans. What size is a can? I'll tell you in a sec. Hold on. The can. Just give me a second here. I'll let you know. Would you try that, Alex?
I'm not a fan of peanut butter, so I don't know if I'd be keen on trying it.
I think Kevin's. Hold on a second. Justin.
I'm sure Kevin would like to try it.
Okay, Justin may be popping in soon. Maybe. Okay, so the can size is. Well, it's a small damn can, that's for sure.
It would have to be. If it's like one of these cans,
It's 100.
You're gonna end up going to the hospital.
No, it's a 100 milliliter can, packaged at 35% ABV. Yeah, Kevin says he's more adventurous than Alex.
It has to do with adventure. I don't like peanut butter.
So the first release rolls out in select markets: California, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Dallas, Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, Florida, Georgia, New Jersey, Wisconsin, and Tennessee. Well, if it's going to be New York, then I guess the next time I go down there, I might have to get a couple of cans just to try it out.
Why? You can buy the bottle here.
Yeah, but the can though, the can seems, the bottle would just sit there. You know how I am with. I told you with whiskey, I don't drink it very often. I mean, like if you come over and you say, "Hey, let's have some whiskey," I'll drink it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why you save it. You save it for special occasions like that, like when I come over.
Yeah, we could do that. Of course. Okay.
Just gotta make sure I have a designated driver.
Well, when you get into that shit, yeah, you're gonna need it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. So
But Border Creek's smooth. It's very
it
smooth.
is.
Did I get you? I got you the copper pot, didn't I?
Yeah, the copper pot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be Jiffy because they had a recall.
It's gonna be the nutty kind, Kevin.
Yeah, it's gonna be the nutty generic kind. I can't. I haven't seen. I haven't seen Jiffy peanut butter on the shelves in months since they had the recall. So it's going to take a while to roll it out, and especially here in Canada, because hey, if this is North America, so. Oh, Melissa, do tell us more. Oh, sorry, I was my dyslexia. Yeah, no, yeah. There's a peanut butter whiskey. It's been out for a while. And I have not tried it. No, I may get a bottle of it just to try it, but in the can, that's like it's like something like Have you ever seen Liquid Death?
Yeah, pretty damn
Have you,
close.
no, have you seen that? Have you seen that
No, I have not.
Liquid Death?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's mountain water in a can, and they packaged it as Liquid Death. It's called Liquid Death.
Hmm.
And it is black and white, depending on like there's a spring water and then there's some other thing. One's a black can, one's a white can, and there's this obviously skulls on it and all that kind of big skull on it and shit like that, right? Oh, I'm not a JD fan at all. I think
No.
JD is cheap.
JD? No.
I'm not a big JD fan.
Although the Apple JD, I gotta admit, is not bad.
You know what I like? And you got to try it. I got to get a bottle of it. They don't have it up here anymore. They haven't carried it up in the liquor store here for a long time. That's honey bourbon.
Bourbon, yeah.
What Wild Turkey's honey bourbon? Oh my
Yeah.
god, that shit is so good. I as soon as I hit, used to go down to Florida, I'd grab a bottle of it. And
it's not easy to find up here. I mean, I've seen bourbon bottles, obviously, but not the honey bourbon.
Well, you can't. I think they had it at the liquor store for a limited run, and I've never seen it ever again. Never.
You remember that bar we went out to that one time? I think it was on Yonge Street.
Which one?
And I can't remember the name of the bar. This is years ago. But we tried that bourbon at that bar. I can't remember if that was the one you were referring to. I think it was a Wild Turkey though, but I don't know if it was the honey bourbon.
It might have been. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
It was on Yonge Street?
I think it was on Yonge Street.
What bar was that?
I don't know. We ended up walking there. Okay, do you see that picture that we have of both of us in front of that church?
Yeah. It wasn't a strip joint, was it?
No, it wasn't the strip joint. Wasn't the brass rail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's $54.95. You can't just fucking go across the border and get it for like $12. Oh, what a joke.
And you make up the difference in the gas prices.
No, you just fill up down there. It's dirt cheap still. Well, more
compared to here, yes.
Compared to here. I think I worked it out. It was like $1.49.
That's not bad.
No, that's good compared to here.
Yeah.
Because what are we, $1.84 now?
Yeah.
Something like that,
mm-hmm.
Roughly. I think I heard somebody saying they were paying like $2.30 a liter.
I know. And Quebec. It was like 216 not too long ago.
And I'm going there in a couple of weeks.
Quebec?
Yep.
Quebec. Yeah, some fruity.
Staying in Quebec City for a week, and then Montreal for the second week.
Yeah, Melissa, you're in the UK as well, right? Is Melissa from the UK
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She's
yeah,
in the
the
UK.
gas prices there are ridiculous. But like here, and then if you
Crazy.
factor in the exchange rate, we'd be paying a heck of a lot more.
It's fucking crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. It is sweltering in here. Oh my god, I'll be glad to get that AC. I'll tell you that.
So Kevin mentioned the Oak Heart. That we used to when Kevin and I were going to the Jays games.
Mhm.
That's the only place we were able to find this damn drink. It's like a rum and Coke mix. But it was
You
really,
lo-
really good. It was
You
smooth.
lost me there, man. As soon as you say rum, I'm out. I
Why?
hate rum. I
Oh,
don't
rum
like
on its own is not great, except for Kraken. Kraken's not bad.
no, don't like it. I don't I've tried rum so many different ways. I just don't like it.
Have you tried Kraken?
I tried Kraken, don't
Yeah.
like it. Yeah. I'm not a rum fan at all. I just don't like it.
I'm okay with it, depending on the rum itself. But in Coke, it's not bad because
Yeah.
you don't taste the rum as much, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But this Oak Heart that Kevin and I were drinking when we were going to the games is actually very good, very
Yeah.
smooth.
See, yeah, I was never a vodka fan or a rum fan. Um, when I used to drink hard liquor, it was always whiskey, bourbon, or tequila.
Yeah, I remember the tequila days.
Oh fuck, I love tequila, man. I was so bad with tequila. Oh fuck. And the mezcal. I remember bringing. I still got a couple bottles down in the bar. I remember bringing like 8 bottles of tequila home from Mexico
Mm.
in my luggage.
Fuck.
And then, I had the audacity to stop off at the duty free in Cancun. They had a bottle of Souza for like $11.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck. I'm like, okay. It's like fuck. At the time, it was like $35 in Canada.
Sousa's what I used to drink when that was a more popular one.
uh, Tim, join us. He's drinking 19 Crimes, the uprising red wine made in old rum barrels. You know, that's the cool thing I like about beer, though. How they're pretty adventurous with aging them in whiskey and rum barrels. I don't so much like the rum barrel ones. The bourbon barrel stuff that is aged is incredibly good. And it's mostly stouts, right? I'm not a big stout fan, but some of the stouts, oh my god, they're like fucking to die for. They're so fucking good. I remember again down in Florida, and I was at this place called Cycle Brewing, and they specialized in stouts and barreled stouts mainly. And they're a small, very small batch. I mean, they'd have like maybe $200-300, say 200 to 400 bottles of this stout bottled up and for sale, and that was it. So if you missed out, you missed out, and they were expensive. The first year they were like $20 a bottle, and then near the end, the last few years, they went up to $30 a bottle. But anyways, I remember missing one like because they would release these during the Tampa Beer Week, and they would literally just basically uh name them Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That was it. and each one was a different variation of this barreled stout. One would be like just a velvet, like a vanilla infused bourbon barrel, or cinnamon or hazelnut. They'd have these different, or a coffee infused stout. Those are nice. But I remember I missed out on the Tuesday, and I'm like, fuck, I missed it. So I went into the brewery, and I said, hey, do you got any more bottles? No, but we have it on tap. All right, fuck. I'll have a pint. So they poured in this little 12-ounce glass. And I sit down and I'm drinking this, and I'm like, oh my God. It was like liquid chocolate. It was like fucking so thick. It was like liquid chocolate. And you're drinking this and going, oh my God, where's the fuck? How much? What's the alcohol percentage of this, man? Because, hey, Ray, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, you're muted there, Alex.
Sorry, what's going on, Ray?
Ray, you should make a special appearance. Come on. Say hi.
Come on the show.
Come on and say hi. Let everybody know what's going on with New Visions and your show. Yeah, I'm drinking this. Okay, we got 19 crimes. And there he is, Mr. Tim. How are you, sir?
Good. You both all right? Yeah.
Sorry?
Both okay?
Yeah, I can't complain.
Good.
So how about you? Everything good now, man?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Days off this week, so I'm happy about
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to hear, man.
Just getting ready. You know what I mean?
It's good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've been on. So what's new and exciting?
Not much really, to be honest with you. Pups are growing bigger, a lot bigger. I don't know whether you've seen them before. Did you see the pups?
I haven't seen the pups, but I did watch that thing that you were telling me about, that you were going to post, that castle.
Oh, the cat. I'm working on that. I have got some footage.
Oh, you haven't put it up. Okay. I thought you did put it up. Yeah. I thought I saw something on there.
Yeah, I have been out. There's a couple of videos on my channel that do show around that area.
Okay.
There's nothing that it's not in depth by any means. Like, you know what I mean? It's me wandering around with a camera filming around town. That's all.
Yeah.
But this could be a little bit more in depth, and you're just gonna hear the big horror story behind the castle. You know what I mean? It was pretty nasty, like
the horror story behind the castle.
Well,
I'm always up to hearing about a horror story about a castle.
Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be supernatural. I'm not going to be going around there in the middle of the night with infrared and this stuff.
No.
It's just a brief history about a really creepy place, and it is quite creepy, to be honest. It gives you, when you're there in the daytime,
yeah,
you get that chill. You don't have that. You hear the hairs on the back of your neck don't stand up in certain areas and all the rest of it. But you go there in the nighttime. And yeah, you get, you know what I mean? It puts the shits up you, right? You know what I mean? It makes you just like, right? You know what I mean? It's two different, totally different. Like, it's almost like as if it's, it's got two different characteristics to it. You know what I mean? The daytime, nighttime, and then the nighttime, it's quite a scary one, right?
Well, I love places like that. So I'm looking forward to that, Tim.
Yeah, I got, like I said, I got to do some editing. I got to do some sound work on the video as well.
Yeah,
just I'm in a bit more professional as opposed to just slapping a video together. You know what I mean? Using crap editing software and all the rest of it. I've done that for years, and it's just like I want to change and make my, you know what I mean, my stuff a bit more better.
How long have you known about this castle?
Well, 30 40 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Since I'm about 5 years old. So there we go. No, I wasn't born in Abergavenny. I was born in England originally. My mum and dad were from here. And,
Oh yeah.
so their goal at the end of the day was to move back into Wales and then back home. You know what I mean? Eventually getting back home. So it took them a long time, like, to get back to Abergavenny, basically. You know, different jobs and all sorts of stuff, right? You know, to afford to then come back and live here. And eventually, like, got here, and that's all it's ever been since. To be honest with you, the area is really pretty. It's a lovely place to live. It's quiet. Get a lot of tourists in the summer that come here for the mountains and all that sort of stuff. Well, from the States, I've met people from the States that have come over here, and you know, about the mountains.
Tim, tell Alex a little bit about the castle, just a little bit, just because I know he'd love to hear about that castle.
Way back, right? And this is before, like, the Tudor period, right? There's a castle in Abergavenny, built by Welsh nobility and all the rest of it. And there was a very large massacre on the site and it took place, and they literally wiped out most of the Welsh royal family at the time. So, but including all of the guards, everything, like, you know what I mean? So, like you're saying, it's a bit of one of those creepy places, like, you know what I mean?
You've gone out there to do. Did Steve say you mentioned you were doing a video on it?
Yeah, I'm doing a video on it. It's going to be probably out next week at some point. I got to just do the editing and get all, do it all proper and make it tidy looking, and do the sound as well. I got to be honest, it's hard filming and talking. That's what I find is one of the hardest things, is to actually film and talk about stuff at the same time. You know what I mean? Too busy concentrating, but that's my problem with my eyes, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so, if you, like, this is a creepy place, you said, if you have actually experienced anything there?
Well, in the daytime, like now it's summer, you go there and there's people wandering around there, like families and all sorts of stuff, and you don't get any really creepy vibe from it.
Right.
But then in the nighttime, if you go off the wall, as people do, and they go sitting there and all the rest of it, but I off the wall and do the filming, and it's just like, it's the atmosphere, the ambience is so different. But, you know, I mean, you do get that, when the ears stick up on the back of your neck sort of feeling and all that sort of in certain areas.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, because it's ruined now. It's just total, it's absolutely ruined. The castle there's not much of it left. There's a couple of bits of the main outer wall, and there's, they built a mound in the middle, and this is because this is just to do with a museum and all the rest of it. And they built they actually built it, and it's not an original part of the castle, but they built like this weird looking castle museum thing, and right smack bang in the middle of it, like, and it just looks so out of place. So there's certain areas of the castle, like this wine cellar area. There's monk tunnels that go from that castle all the way into through town. Can't get in them because years back the council blocked them all off for stuff to stop people from going in and by preserving it and all that. There were like cave-ins and all sorts of things, but there's like in certain areas in town where the older houses and shops on the street, some of them have got like monk hiding places and things like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That, when the Catholics and Christians were at each other's throats.
Right.
You know what I mean? That sort of a thing. Got a bit of history in town now. So you'll hear about it probably next week. So I won't worry about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I know I'm always interested in castles and stuff like that. When I went to London back in 2019, unfortunately I was only there for a week, and we didn't really get a chance to go visit too many places, unfortunately. But there's so many places in the UK that I would love to visit, and majority of them are castles and things of that nature. It's just it's just one of those things, you know. You want to go there and you want to experience history.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to be able to experience is by actually visiting these places.
I mean, like, there's like just next to the castle, basically, this really old like castle. There's a old Roman fort. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right to it, like where the Romans set up shop, and then what's funny about the Roman fort is because they built a car park over the Roman fucking fort. Right? They scoured years ago for archaeological stuff and all that shit, and then it just became land. And it was sold, made into a car park. And what's funny is that there's a BT is like British Telecom, and they do all of the broadband and all that sort of stuff over here, phones and stuff like that. And they got a building which is literally 20 meters away from the car park where this Roman fort is, like, and there's a plaque on the side of the building, a little tiny plaque, and says, "Here stood the Roman fort of Gabanian, blah 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 blah," and all the rest of it, right? And right underneath that sign is a hatch to a continuation of government bunker in case of a nuclear war. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there's a castle over there, there's a Roman fort over there, and there's a nuclear bunker over there. It's like, huh? But you know what I mean? Strange,
Yeah.
like, strange, and it's a strange. Well, it's weird because it's like there was a Roman fort there. It's like we're saying we got into that little bunker as well, but it's like there wasn't anything in it. It was like it was disused. It was just like there was no air conditioning in it anymore. They'd taken all that out of there. They just using it for like running cabling and things like that through it. But it was definitely an old bunker, like I'd say 1960s maybe, something along them lines. Yeah, there's quite a bit of mad things going on around here, to be honest. A lot of crazy places, like.
So what exactly are you thinking about doing with the with your sort of presentation or whatever with this
Well, it's just
castle sort of thing?
I kind of got to the point where I'm just tired of making videos that have got like just a basic move, basics, basically edited together.
Yeah.
And then you slap a chart song on it or whatever, you know what I mean? Or something that can be copyrighted. And then it's got to the point where it's just like, why do I bother making those sort of videos? I could be just doing my own thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, perhaps getting out that position of having to, because at the end of the day, once you get hit by a copyright, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even what you're showing, you know what I mean? What you've gone out and taken pictures of or video footage of, they're getting all the profit from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not right. Like, it isn't fair. That's how it works, I suppose, on YouTube. We don't have a say, like, you know what I mean?
True. Very true. Very true. But that's what I like, though, that you guys have all those wonderful sort of locations over there that I wish, I mean, we do have stuff over here, but not nearly half as exciting to me or creepy or whatever else.
There isn't the history here as
the history's not here.
Yeah.
19 crimes. 19 crimes.
And I got work in about another 3 hours. Jesus Christ. I don't know.
How are you gonna manage that?
It's only 2 hours stint. So, you know what I mean? 2 hours shift, and that's it. Like, done. I'll manage. I just sit there I'll just sit there in a chair when I get into work and just not move. You know what I mean? Just looking at my mobile phone, ignore everything.
So yeah, folks, if you have not subscribed to Tim's channel, please do so. Melissa's put it in chat. and check out the stuff that Tim's been posting up there. Yeah, so I look forward to that. That sounds pretty cool. I definitely look forward to some creepy stuff. That's for sure.
Plenty of places around here like that. There's lots of. There's no like before Abergavenny even existed. There's like this. There used to be like all over Wales. You got like some very small like minor towns and things like that.
Mhm.
But some of the places were really small. And there's a place just about 4 miles from where I'm sat now. And this place it used to be a bustling little town, and it's just disappeared into the ground now. Gone, like you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that gone. It was gone like back in the I would say probably even before the 1940s. You know what I mean? It's one of those places that you can still see like there's no buildings there. There's nothing. It's just forestry, and when you're walking along, you'll see like the old fireplace. You know what I mean? Stone fireplaces,
Yeah.
and all that's left of these houses are just fireplaces, and some of the outer walling, and that's it. But it's so fucking. That's another creepy one, isn't it?
That's yeah, it sounds pretty creepy.
But that's like going back to the days when people were, sending their kids down the mine to mine coal, like you know what I mean, and all that sort of stuff. Like,
And I guess there's a lot of stories about these places, especially that castle.
mm,
Tim, is there any stories that people circulate over the years about that place?
not really, to be honest.
Really?
No, nothing at all. I don't. The thing is I don't. What is it? I think is the curators, the people who actually run the place, which is like
Yeah.
they don't actually spend very much time there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure people publicly have had like experiences who don't necessarily work for the castle or whatever, but I think that they just don't spend enough time. They're there from 9 in the morning till 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? And when they're there, they're wandering around the grounds, and not most of the time, they're wandering around the grounds, checking on stuff and all the rest of it, making sure health and safety is up to scratch and all that sort of stuff. And I suppose they don't really get time to just sit there in the office or just sit there in wherever they work in that particular part of the castle because they're just too busy. But then I think over the years it probably has been like people have had like experiences there. And that's for sure. But I've never come across anybody myself.
Yeah. And I've asked that a lot of times about people, Gareth with Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. Oh, it's like it's there's got to be stories. It's not necessarily that they're paranormal or anything like that. Just stories, just weird happenings. Alex, we've got our good friend Ray Powers. Hey, Ray.
Mr. Ray.
How are you guys? Can you hear me?
How you doing? How you doing, Ray?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. And for those of you guys watching, and if you have never listened to this show on New Visions Radio Network, here is the man behind New Visions, Ray Powers. Thanks for joining us, sir.
It's a pleasure. I saw you guys online. I got the subscription bell. It said, you guys are on live. I'm like, wait a second. It's the off season. What are they doing?
Oh, Steve's an addict.
Yeah.
So
I'm addicted. No, I'm addicted. So how you doing, Ray?
All is well. Thank you. I just came back from a 4th of July vacation. It took 3 or 4 bona fide days off. I delegated all my work, and it was in capable hands. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to relax a little bit, and I've got color on my skin again. It's amazing what a couple of days off will do you.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just amazing. Oh God, it's been a crazy couple years, and this year finally, you feel like a sense of normality and being able to do stuff again, and it's just great.
a little light at the end of the tunnel. We're hoping.
Hoping, and hopefully it's just, it's gone. I want to say gone, but something's gonna tell me it's not gone. It's
Well,
just-
I know you guys up there, you've got your own issues as far as all kinds of rules and stuff, and I don't really know. We only get certain things filtered to us via the news, and it depends on what news outlet you subscribe to. So you never really know what to believe from down here. But we hear about Trudeau, we hear about the trucks, we heard about everything with, you can't go to the grocery store unless you got, inoculation number 5. So we don't know, It's hard. I take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's not quite that bad, but it's some of the stuff is just crazy. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Trudeau fan, but there's
Who the fuck is?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I felt about de Blasio in New York. It's like my friends who are left of like Che Guevara go, I can't stand de Blasio. I'm like, well, who the hell voted him in?
That's when Trudeau got his second term, and I'm like, who the fuck voted?
Exactly. It's like you had your second chance. Okay, fool me once, but seriously.
And now, he's got the blessing from another party that sort of, well, hey, we'll back you and we'll make you.
Yeah, well, the NDP are
majority.
worthless anyway.
Oh god,
they can't do anything.
Still, that's like 4
worth
more
their
years.
shit.
4 more years of this. Come on, is it 4 more years?
Kids.
Yeah, it's 4 years every 4 years.
4 more years of this. Come on, let's have a snap election.
Yeah,
somebody got paid big time.
Oh, you think you know it? It's just absolutely
the only saving grace, and it's not enough in my books, but his popularity is waning because he's just a total knob.
Oh,
but,
he is.
It's actually starting to wane, which is, as stated earlier, a light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Well, down here, Biden, I think he voted 78% of Democrats said, yeah, he's going down the wrong path right now. I don't think he knows what he's doing. That's Democrats.
Yeah. It's scary. I think, Ray, you guys have the same problems we do here. It's like when it comes to election and the offerings are slim, the pickings are slim. It's like, who do we vote for? I mean, they're almost on the same level, but on different ends of the spectrum. It's scary.
Yeah. Do you want Lucifer or Satan?
Yeah. Exactly. It's like there's no in the middle anymore. Everyone's afraid to be in the middle now. It's like, oh, you don't want to go there.
But 90% of us live in the middle. We just want to pay our bills. We want to eat. We want to be able to, afford a car, afford to fill the car, send our kids to a school, retire one day. Most of us don't want to be mega billionaires or rule the world. I mean, you and I do, but we're insane. But, we just want to get through our day.
Exactly. So what's new? What's going on with your show? The Ray Powers Hour. What's going on? Anything new?
Well, the Ray Powers Hour is still active. I mean, I haven't been doing it every week. I've been sharing time with my podcast, Dare to Be Better with Ray and Sid, which is also on hiatus for the moment. We're doing digital diaries, so we're just doing these little 10-minute volleys back and forth. Very, very like day in the life, very matter of fact. Hey, I'm driving to the store, just to keep people, I guess sated would be for lack of a better term. But they seem to be enjoying those just as much because it's almost like, oh, I'm riding in the car with you, and it's very
that's cool.
Yeah, it's like very I can't
personal.
think of the word. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're just hanging with you, and they just feel like they could be part of your day.
Well, I'm trying to get Alex to do that too, on a day in the life of getting a burrito.
Yeah.
It's not working.
That's not very exciting.
You can't short sell a good burrito, man, or a good taco truck for that matter.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I don't think people want to see me honk down on a big fucking fat burrito.
Well, look at a large one. You warned me, and I didn't yield the warning, and boy, I paid for it.
Yeah, in more
There's
ways
a genre
than one.
for everything. I mean, people will like tune in for just about anything.
Oh, I know. It's amazing what people will tune in for. And I find that obviously our attention spans are like almost zero now, everyone. And the quicker the better. I mean, most people will just like tune in for a couple minutes, and then they'll go, oh, let's see what else is going on, and they'll tune in, and then they'll come back and tune in, and it's just like, okay.
Which is why TikTok is such a hit, because it's like 30-second videos, these little vignettes, and then you're on to something else.
Exactly. It's crazy.
You got to make your point within like the first 5 seconds, or forget it. It's over.
So, New Visions itself, how well is it doing? Like, because I don't think I've really talked to you about this. Like, how's the station doing in terms of, making its way through COVID, the lockdowns and all that? Is it sort of, did you see a surge of subscribers, of people, new listeners? How did things go when you came out of the sort of the COVID lockdown era?
Well, as you can imagine, with people home, numbers did go up significantly, because they were looking for something to do, anything to do. So obviously, TV streaming services went nuts. The Tiger King and all these other shows that set record numbers. Well, of course, people are home to check this stuff out. Same with New Visions. We have a very, very steady listenership. Very loyal, and the numbers are usually pretty steady. And they really just jumped a good 10-20% during so-called lockdown. And then after we came out, they stayed up about 10%. So there was a net gain for sure.
That's good.
It's the summertime now. Of course, summertime, the numbers are terrible because people are doing everything else, which is why we do our off seasons. But for September, there's a couple of new shows we're planning to launch. And, always looking to reinvent a little bit, try to tweak, try to tighten up, fresh coat of paint, all those cliches, but they do work.
Yeah, I know we're looking forward to coming back in September with our season 15 premiere, and we really want to make this unique. We really want to make this like a something different in terms of guest wise and all that kind of stuff. So, and we always love being a part of New Visions. We absolutely love New Visions.
I can't believe it's 15 seasons for you guys.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
15.
I mean, you and Barry Eva, you guys are just beasts as far as putting out content. I mean, you are one of the few shows that predate me. Nikki Lee with Ready for Love, Barry with his trio of shows, and the guys with Prophecies of Hope down in Virginia.
Yeah.
You guys have just been stalwarts and stanchions, and people keep tuning in. They love it. I mean, that's the one thing about New Visions is we tried to build this. Michael Knight built this from the ground up, grassroots.
He did a great,
it was the right way. He didn't just throw a ton of money at it where it's like a bonfire. Okay, as long as you keep on firing the coals, it'll stay hot. And the minute you stop, no, he did the way. It really did groundswell. 100 listeners, 1,000 listeners, 10,000, and it just, it's digital. And then we went global in 2016, truly, with TuneIn and the other innovations, and it's been paying off really nice dividends. The commercial-free format really works. People don't have to once you give somebody 5 seconds, like you said, to tune out. There's a commercial. Let me go get a beer or something. They're not coming back. So it's important to keep their attention.
Exactly. I mean, I remember when we first came over to New Visions, we just returned back to BTR, and we're like, okay, we don't want to do this anymore. We hated it. And then when Michael approached us and said, hey, you want to come over? Oh, absolutely. This, and we knew Michael obviously from his days on BTR, so that was pretty cool, him inviting us over there. And we couldn't believe the amount of people who are listening. It's like, what? Holy crap.
Nikki is the same thing. She came from the hard school world of BTR. The hard knock school. And she said she just couldn't believe, like, the clean slate. It's like, you mean I get all the listeners in that hour?
Yeah.
Really? And yeah, he really did. I really think he revolutionized this for a lot of us. And
Yeah.
it's been steady. I mean, it hasn't been a meteoric rise, but it's still every day it's a little something new.
Well, like I said, we absolutely love being a part of the family, and Ray, you're doing a great job, man. We really appreciate what you're doing. You've taken the what Michael started and building upon it, and we always look forward to coming back, obviously. So,
Well, it's an honor and privilege having you guys. Like I said, you guys are the absolute cornerstone, one of the 4 cornerstones of this network, and it's a great thing. There were so many different diverse shows. I mean, there's you, and then you got the gospel people. You got Nikki Lee, Ready for Love, love and some mature themes, and then you have a show about poetry and books. So it's everything, and then you've got the music shows, and it's just it just works. It's a cool family, and you guys are an integral part of it. I love I love when I get to tune in.
Yeah, it's always cool to see you pop in and chat there. So so tonight, I said, come on, Ray, come on.
I tried to disguise myself with a sombrero, and you guys spotted me right away.
Don't worry, it doesn't work.
I know.
The problem is, Ray, though, you have the same haircut as Steve and I.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
My last haircut. Yeah.
No matter what you do, Ray, you're always going to be the focal point. You can never hide when you're it's like a beaming light in the darkness.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
They'll always spot you.
Yeah, we don't blend well, do we?
No, absolutely not. Time to get a wig.
Exactly.
Although I keep saying that if you put Steve and my head together, it looks like a giant ass from the back.
like the movie Easy Money, right?
Easy Money, yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it.
I love that movie. Well, you
right.
guys are doing a fantastic job, and like I said, just happy that everything is, it's rolling at a clip like it should. You guys, you always have great shows, great guests, and I can't wait for season 15.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And like I said, we want to try to make this a little different and expand and bring other people in. So looking forward to it, Ray, and absolutely appreciate you coming on. And folks, again, we're live every Sunday night, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New Visions Radio Network. And of course, you can get that on YouTube. Tune in and go to www.newvisionsradio.com to listen live there as well. So, Ray, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Take care,
Ray.
Take it easy.
Take care. Look at we go from one cool guy to the next.
Oh,
look at this.
That. Oh man. The night has officially started.
I can't believe it, man. He's actually here.
And as in typical fashion, you're having audio problems.
Yeah.
Testing.
There you go.
You see, this is where myself and Gareth would be like ripping the shit out of you, Justin.
It is. For some reason, I think it's just the StreamYard. I have to turn my main output so high, like literally almost 3/4 of the way up, just to play through. Where usually I have it at half. If people do audio, you usually want to have your main out as about halfway, and you can adjust it from there. But I don't know. Something's always up. It never ends with me.
So how you doing, man?
Not too bad. Finally relaxing because it's just been crazy today. But it's been interesting. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has heard about this, but well, you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys. But yeah, we had
the craziness there.
Yeah, we had a mass shooter actually.
Yeah, you had the news, yeah.
And
Highland, what is it? Highland Park, right?
Highland Park, Illinois. Which It's famous for Fort Sheridan, and Fort Sheridan was set up, I believe, in the late 1800s, if I remember correctly. So like the 1880s, something like that. So it wasn't like around during the Civil War or anything. I mean, shortly after. I mean, about 30 years after, but it was, I think, around during the Spanish American War, and then they used it during World War One. I don't think
Mhm.
World War Two, but they used it about there. But that's what really made it kind of famous. But it's a small town. It's an affluent area, as I told you guys. Is where like
Posh, right?
yeah,
Posh.
yeah. I mean, we're right next to Lake Forest, which is another pretty really higher end area. So I mean, this area is not like just I mean, maybe that's what creates these things. I don't know. I think that's a discussion that most definitely is coming about out of this. But it is interesting as someone local, because I mean I've done the pumpkin festival there. People look it up; they have it every year, and I've been there, and you can actually find my Facebook and see me tagged there and stuff like that. So like certain things that were going on
What
during
your Facebook's still open? It
yeah
hasn't
right
been.
now. It's not been banned.
That went on fire years ago.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about. They're gonna probably get me later on. They already, already flagging comments, and all I'm doing is posting links. Like literally,
I know. I can't understand it.
well,
Well, they flagged the two comments I put on yours,
for
and
real.
all it was just a fucking link to a Spotify.
Gee, seriously. So
That's all it was.
I find it weird because when I was sending you guys that stuff, they haven't totally released all the information to the public. So the stuff I was getting, believe it or
Yeah,
not,
was
was for me.
beforehand.
Yeah, scrubbing
Yeah.
the internet and going through Reddit and other forums and some things that were caught up on Facebook. And as I'm clicking the YouTube links that were directly to us and his Facebook and stuff, this stuff was disappearing. Like that's why I was saying this is all weird. It was like disappearing right before my eyes. And then later, not too long after. Now, of course, I'm going to give it the benefit of doubt that there's probably a time difference between me receiving information, between these things are being told to us too. But I just found it very odd that I was able to post all this information about a dude that we don't even know. It turns out to be right. At the time, it was just
Yeah, that's right.
speculation. At the time, it was just this is what they're saying. How do we get all this information so fast? And that's where the things start, kind of making me question, especially the area. Now it's a small area. When I do the pumpkin festival there, which I don't do every year, but they have a lot of police activity. It's a Republican town. It's everyone knows each other type of thing. Just you're going to see cops anywhere you're walking there.
Mhm.
Especially given that it's a high end area, and that area is next to like North Chicago and Waukegan, which would be less high end and probably I would consider, sorry, Lake County, and sorry, people of Waukegan, North Chicago, would be the ghetto of Lake County, which is what Highland Park is in. So out of
Okay.
the whole county, these two areas, and there's some areas sporadic throughout the area, would be the worst of it, and it's not as bad as some people would think of Chicago. It is bad at times for some areas, especially North Chicago. But the most of Lake County itself is affluent. I'm not saying that everyone's rich. I'm from there. I wasn't rich. I was brought up on welfare and stuff like that. But it's pretty affluent. I mean, we literally have actors and musicians and writers and all sorts of people like. Ray Bradbury, the famous writer, he's from Waukegan. Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, he's from Libertyville, Illinois, which I partied in my teens and been, all sorts of things. So like I know this area. And I think this is why this rings a little truer to me, because at least now, given that every time we see something, there's like an outsider look on these types of things. Now it's like I'm somewhat of an insider. I almost want to go to the building to see, but I already see from the Google Maps and what they showed on the news reports, there's some construction there, and that was how he was able to get onto the building supposedly, which is interesting because we didn't know any of this, but now it's being told that this is what happened. And as I'm scrubbing the internet for information all last night, and I barely haven't, I haven't ciphered through all of it. I found an interview that's on TikTok. I might have shared it with you guys. I might not have. but it's of someone that was supposedly there that claims that he wasn't on the rooftop. He was actually in the street, not that far.
Am I hearing stories that he was in female garb?
I wouldn't say it's female garb, but the clothing was very loose. It was black clothing. It was very loose. He had a mask on, from what we can tell, but that's
Okay, yeah.
not totally what we know. It's just what we seen when he was arrested.
Mhm.
And I couldn't say it's exactly female, clothing at all. And then just overall, this kid in general just has an interesting past in a sense, or just interesting overall. I also caught an interview with his uncle, which could be in shock. But which is interesting too. Now, I posted some links on my Facebook page, as well as if people just look at the current local news. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of information now. But the uncle, which I watched last night, says he didn't know anything. They barely saw. You could tell that they had no real connection. Maybe that added to what we saw, what we were experiencing. But most definitely, it was very odd. Again, he might be under shock, and just the way he was responding to things. But just from those tidbits of information, it's like,
Yeah, but that video, man, that video was so fucked up.
we haven't even got to that.
Yeah, but you know what? Look at if he
Yeah,
if he hadn't done anything, that would be considered art.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's still creepy.
Because of what he did. Obviously, it's like, hey,
It's all connected. Like they're so it seems he throughout the last couple of years, the clips that we saw in the video, I forget the name of that. And of course, you might be able to find it on YouTube still. I know they're mirroring it because the original one I saw doesn't exist anymore. And then I found the Vimeo, Rumble link, which surprisingly Facebook is not attacking, but anything YouTube and I think BitChute, I want to say, it's blocking. And then anything that might be mentioning, because I actually posted a link that just has block spot, but it does have his name in the link in the web addy. So I'm not sure that's how Facebook's grabbing these things, and maybe that's how I'm getting away with certain things.
well, I'm sure if you mention his name here, they'll shut this down.
So then it's obviously happening. I mean, you come on my Facebook and you're gonna see that I've already have some. Then that's just the bands I posted. I have more to that, but just all this information. So the video itself creepy. I dub it as the I am the sleepwalker, because that's literally what he says in the video.
Yeah.
I am sleepwalking. There you go. I am sleepwalking, and it talks about many things. How he's awake, and just kind of dealing with what's going on. How there's a change, and of course, I'm just you should watch it yourself if you get a chance. Though I hope he's not dying over there.
Yeah, Tim, man.
I just had a pure pipe. I did.
Okay. I love the T-shirt, by the way, Tim. I wanted to say that earlier, but
the video is weird, and there's a lot of things involving the stuff that he's posted that's kind of weird. I mean, he was a rapper, I guess. I've never heard of him, and I'm sure
awake.
A lot of rappers, but I've never heard of him or even known anyone who knew about him.
Had no idea.
Which is fine. There was nothing, from what I can tell, there was nothing from the rap stuff that was extremely, telling of anything.
I mean, I listened to a few of the songs, and I'm like, yeah, you kind of get a little bit, but not nearly as extreme as what unfolded, obviously.
Well, and especially the video that
video.
That is okay. So there's all that. There's the music. There's even a song called 1847 Girl, which 847 is the local. Like, I mean, anyone, I'm telling you all the truth, it's 847. So this guy is from the area. If this is the case, he knows the area, stuff like this. What I find questionable is everything that's gone around it, and just surprisingly, he had guns, and surprisingly, he's been doing these videos, which are not the first.
Yeah.
And what we saw was a collage that he put together. So he released videos and bits and pieces of this throughout whatever time frame that he had, and then eventually released, I believe the video, from what I understand, was 8 months ago. So he released that video we saw, about 8 months ago. So he had prior information or prior videos out there that were kind of alluding to maybe based off what was being shown in the video. Now,
Mhm.
someone knows. I mean, I can't. I seriously can't wait because the video I was trying to scroll, it creeped me out. Like
It did creep me out.
it's got creep vibes on it, and I
Yeah.
watched a lot of disturbing stuff. And for some reason, that video was like it gave me chills. Even I'm kind of getting chills talking about it because
It was creepy.
the way it's produced is, I guess, the only way I can explain that. The way uh, the cinematography is, very high end,
Mm.
and again, it's an affluent area. But if you start, of course, when I started looking into, the family is struggling. It doesn't look like I think father lost a business or something like that. So it's not like
Okay.
and then it may be surviving off savings or something, but still they're kind of struggling. So
But
you know,
that's the symbol in the video. The symbol
oh
that
yes.
keeps. Do you know what do you know about that symbol?
As
Anything?
far as I could tell, it looks like a number 4, and that's what I seen on his rap
Oh,
logos
okay.
too, right? Isn't that what on some of the SoundCloud stuff or whatever the stuff was? I think I saw the same symbol there, but it looks like a number 4. What people are alluding to that it's a 47, and then the conspiracy stuff is that it's 7-4 backwards. How relevant that is, I don't know, but it looks like a number 4 to me. Some people claim it was runes, and of course, I'm not saying I don't know runes, but I don't know all my runes, and I can't.
It didn't look like
No,
a rune to me at all.
some people were saying that, but it looks like a number 4,
Okay.
and then maybe again 8 months ago he was alluding to us. There was even oh yes, on one of his songs it's called Bang, and that was the last song he released, and I didn't fully listen to that. But as you're watching all the song list, they kind of start changing, and then the last one's Bang, and then he has this video, and then he has other things released, and he got some drone footage. It looks like from the footage that I saw, it looks like Highland Park. It looks like it's during actually dawn, early in the morning. Again, small. It's not a super small.
So foreshadowing.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. And there were some other things that I remember that I don't remember offhand right now. And again, there's, it's going to be hard to find some of this, but there are links that I posted on my own Facebook that may lead, hopefully not gone yet, but they may lead to the other videos and stuff. But specifically that video going over what he was talking about, how he's awake. And I think he's evolving. Again, I'm paraphrasing. There's a lot of
Mhm.
stuff. It's visually what makes it creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I can't tell if he, again, I don't know. You're more of a filmmaker than I am, Steve, but it looks like he's using drone shots for everything that he was filming. Right?
He might have been. Yeah, he might have been using a drone shot.
Otherwise,
It's
someone is filming him. Okay, and two, those are
yeah.
sets. Those are
I mean,
if you notice, those are that school. If you in the video, besides his bedroom, which looks like the stuff, the pictures that I saw, it looks like his bedroom. Everything else that I saw, especially the school thing, it looks like a set. Like if you, there's even there's a link on the Blogspot stuff that has kind of a longer cut of it, but specific scenes, and it kind of catches up, and you can. It looks like
Get off the wire.
studio lighting. So
Mhm.
whoever filmed this with him or wherever he filmed this at knew who he is and what he was doing. Now we may not know.
but not necessarily. I mean,
Sure,
it could be just a look at another. Okay, this is another fucking song, another music video,
sure.
or whatever else, and nothing more than that. This guy, I don't know. I mean, he obviously had an agenda, but the thing is, nobody really knows what the agenda was. I mean, he's not saying what it was.
Not even his own uncle apparently had
Yeah.
a connection
eh,
with him.
So
They live together, mind you, people. They live together. His uncle,
yeah.
him and his dad all live in the same house, except for he had an apartment in the back, from my understanding. And his mom, his mom says like some new age, like seriously. I mean, I just posted a video of her or a news video of her, but I saw her Facebook page and she's straight up like new age hippie. It looks like they barely had any connection with them. I seen people talking about her on it. It's sad, actually. It's very sad, though. I'm not gonna lie. watching some as I'm scrubbing their information, like it's some weird FBI agent. I guess I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing it, and I'm watching people who knew them say things, and people who knew them also trying to defend them, and
Yeah.
it's like it's literally like this weird picture being painted of a lot of disassociation and stuff going on between the family, and again, like I said, there's a little bit of misinformation because some of the news articles say that they have all this info about this kid and they didn't have this previously, and then there's like coaches or someone coming forward, and some of the people that they briefly talked to originally didn't have much to say, including the uncle. And now we found out that through some of the local news stuff that it was a lot of, again, disassociation. The parents were barely there. They always had to pick up the kids late, apparently, and a lot of weird stuff. So again, maybe there's something more to that part, but most definitely, whatever happened in that video, it's there. I don't know. The conspiracy theorist, the conspiracy alarm in me is like going off because it's just like even everyone talk. I know a guy, and he's not giving me much information, but he knew the family and everything, and he says they found out that he had depression, stuff like that. He knew the dad, things like that. But that's all they know. Like there's really no huge information except for that the dad owned, I believe it was a white hen.
I mean, we all have depression, but not to the point, to the extent that he went.
But again, there's who knows if this kid was on any medication, what has been done. There were some things as I was scrubbing, like I said, that was being said.
But when you're going and saying, look at, well, I know what I have to do. It doesn't matter. And
yes.
It's like, okay, if this is the end, this is the end. I have my place, and all these sort of scenarios, and like this is haunting. This is like this kid is crying for help.
Yeah, for the most part.
Is crying for help, and he's not getting it. And this is like a lot of these kids out there now, these teens to early 20s, in a world where everything is so fast paced and fucked up now. There isn't a time to pause. There isn't a time to, I need help.
Yeah. I mean, we all feel it. I agree. There's because growing up suburban life, there is kind of that weird, bullying that you see. I mean, I'm sure bullying exists elsewhere.
Probably, yeah.
But there's a certain aspect of growing up in this type of neighborhood where you have these pressures, I guess, more so than, let's say, when I was growing up on the southeast side of Chicago, which I've watched, drive-by shootings and stuff compared to growing up north where it was a totally different scenario. And we see this in almost all these shootings. It's mostly kind of upscale, smaller towns.
Yeah.
See some of this happen. And now there's a lot of questionable things surrounding some of these stuff, especially this one. Again, that video alone is very interesting. Again, I found out the mother's kind of into a new age type of stuff. Maybe that was an influence on the kid himself.
Yeah.
Or maybe, he says it himself. He was MK Ultra. And maybe there's some weird stuff that played into it. Because again, even people who say they knew him said they would never have guessed he would have had guns, but he acquired them somehow. And as far as I understand, through the state of Illinois, which has been released by the Illinois State Police, he got them illegally. He got the guns.
Yeah.
So somehow someone sold them guns illegally, and not just regular guns. These were rifles. And he had a tripod. Like if you look at some of it, he had a tripod on. How did people not see those things? It was literally a tripod with a rifle. On top of the building, which is also very interesting. No one saw that. No one saw him get up on top of the building. No one saw, as far as I can tell, no one has mentioned any of this.
Like a full-on tripod. Like a full-on, like you know what I'm on about. Like I'm not on about like where you've got he had it actually mounted on a tripod, like
a pipe bomb.
No, tripod.
Oh, the tripod.
You know what I'm on about. I'm just trying to clarify Whether you mean like because you on a sniper rifle, or whatever, you can
Oh,
have like
yeah,
just
yeah.
fall down eggs. You know what I mean?
You have to do all that, yes. And in the one
Oh,
shot, it's clearly visible from the ground. It's very interesting. Again, like I want when this all dies down, I want to go over there and kind of see again this whole area. Let's see this. Kids these days are growing up in a very corrupt world, and through times, kids don't play out no more with hopscotch. I don't know. I mean,
I
there's a
mean,
part of
partially.
I see a
But
lot.
not maybe not hopscotch. But I mean,
But think
but
about this: we have mass shootings now, but I grew up worrying about serial killers. Think about
but I mean, there
think,
was
mm,
Justin. There was a time when look at you had to get your ass back in the house when
yeah,
the street lights came on.
yeah,
mm.
You
yeah,
know, when you feared your parents, when you feared your teachers, when you feared your elders, you know, you respected these people. You did what they told you. That is no longer a factor anymore. Though that shit doesn't happen anymore,
sure. I don't know.
right?
I think like let's take a look at this. These particular cases. Anyways, these lost kids. A lot of them are hopped up on antidepressants, antipsychotics, and literally.
Sorry to cut you off there. I gotta get going, so I don't want to
Oh,
cut
sure,
you off in midstream there. So,
sure. But
good night,
yeah,
everyone, and
All
I'll
right, Alex.
for
Take
the
care, man.
the story later.
All
night.
right, Alex. Take care,
Okay,
buddy.
man. Good night.
See ya.
So we got kids a lot more hooked up on those things. We see a lot, even now. We're starting to see a lot of body dysphoria, stuff like that coming about these young kids, and I don't know if that's totally that. I think it's. I don't know how to explain it. There's an influence for sure, an outside influence, but I
I
think
see all sorts of fucking shit now, man. I mean,
it
you know,
is.
you see,
There's a difference.
you say body dysphoria. You know, you see, this gender confusion where you have guys that are taking estrogen and
Oh,
wanting to, it's like they want to be both sexes, and there's all sorts of fucking shit going on, man. That none of this existed before.
well, it's a growing pains, and I think
Yeah.
that's overall what we're experiencing. I mean, we could call it maybe the downfall of society too, because we've seen this before. How many times we've seen it?
Well, you want to be careful and say that. Is it, you don't want to be
Woke
blackballed
to
and say,
get
oh,
you.
look
Woke are coming. No.
at.
There's a certain aspect. I mean, this is reoccurring, in our history when we get to a certain point of how do I say comfort.
Wait a sec. Do I gotta change my
We seen this, the fall of Rome and Greece, the fall of Babylon, which is an interesting story.
so
Yeah.
so is this the fall of the US? Is that what you're
I
saying?
think it's the fall of modern Western society more so
You
than
think? Yeah. You
yes,
think so?
yes. This is the height at the moment. This is probably the height of where humans were plateauing. Like this is what it is now. Now, is this all bad? Like, do I really care about all these things necessarily? Not really. I
You,
you know,
humans should be allowed to be whatever they want to be, and that's the
yeah,
end of it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
shouldn't, it shouldn't be a case of gender warfare and
What the
you know.
fuck, Justin? What are you gonna do when you can't go to the local fucking convenience store and get your favorite malt liquor?
Well, it's because I got to use pronouns. I mean, that's a different story. But
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, I don't. Those things don't. I mean, they don't really bother me, and I don't. I do see a certain aspect that's a little bit, I guess you would call, as the downfall of humanity, a little degeneracy, I guess, in certain aspects. But I'm also a scumdog myself, so it's hard for me to judge certain things. But most definitely, there's aspects that I do agree have changed. I think they only changed because of how we perceive them. Because we've had this for for a while. Again, violence has existed, no matter throughout history, and there's very many forms of it through different cultures as we see. Do I think it's because of technology, video games, stuff like that? No, I mean my counterpart. I'm 39 years old. Uh, I mean, I probably would have been at war twice by now with my with the counterpart of me 30 years ago. Yeah, even 30 years ago. To be honest with you, now although war is a little different. It's not like that anymore, even beyond that, my uncles, they were veterans, almost everyone you knew was a veteran at some point. You're not seeing that anymore. Things are kind of changing, and though we're fighting for different causes now, and so on and so forth. But most definitely, the initial stuff has always been there because, to me, we see this craziness, but historically, as someone who's I wouldn't say studied history, but most definitely has been focused on history. It's the same shit. Like like prior prior to that, we were literally fighting for civil rights because the large part of America was segregated for hundreds of years, like literally, and people were killing each other. I'm Hispanic, okay, I'm Mexican, and we didn't necessarily have a good history here with colonizers in a sense. There was quite a bit of violence. You know, and not if someone listening, I'm not trying to get into white guilt and stuff like that, but these are historical things. They're, to me, it's always been violent. It's always been. I grew up on the southeast side of Chicago, and I laugh at some of these things that people get because I grew up in that. I saw drive-by shootings that were just like being in war, while people are freaking out now. Sadly, 30 years later, where it's happening in small town America.
You're listening to a guy who tried to ghost hunt in Bachelor's Grove, and there was like drive-by shootings.
Well, I've been to an abandoned silo where I've heard
Yeah.
chanting. I traveled these things, but most definitely, I mean, again, if people follow me on Facebook, sometimes these little bits of my history comes out. But I remember growing up and not just the drive-bys, my mom getting out the car as we came back from grocery shopping, and the guy's having a shoot. One guy's having a shootout with another guy, and this woman gets out of her car. Okay, I mean, I'm sure most people didn't have to experience this growing up, but she got out of the car to yell at this guy saying, "I got fucking kids in the car."
People don't
Her,
people don't realize the magnitude of what's happening in Chicago. They don't.
It's and again, these are all societal effects. So what's happening in Chicago? Well, what's happening in the torn parts of Chicago is just the opposite side of the spectrum. That is what's happening, let's say, in the affluent southern parts of suburban Illinois or suburban Colorado or suburban Buffalo or any of these areas that have had these types of shootings.
Yeah.
I mean, and then again, in our local history, Chicago specifically, and Lake County is all tied to mafia stuff. There's been nothing but violence growing up in our culture. In our, what do you? I as much as it's sad as everything happened yesterday, it's ironic because what we celebrate is literally treason, tax evasion, and murder. Literally, that's what we celebrate. Sure, it's our independence as Americans. Sure, we haven't been independent since 400. No, 400. I'm sorry,
Since 400 years.
Yeah, well, technically, it's the.
But I mean,
but
even so, Justin, are any of us free?
well, of
Are
course,
any of us independent?
no.
No.
I always find that funny because I hear that pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but my job, what I get paid for, is literally doing work for other people. Like I literally do some. I charge people a day's wage to change a filter, which any homeowner can do. How do we have pick yourself up again? Slowly, kind of to the point of early where things have changed. Okay, now think about this: about we could say even 30 years ago,
Yeah.
most people were working on their own cars. Okay. Technology has changed so much that you technically can't do that. You have to take it to a dealership or you have to take it to a mechanic because everything's connected by computers. About, I want to say, now I was born in 82, so I vaguely remember these things, but I would say about 82 and before, if I remember correctly, we had universal parts for cars that doesn't exist anymore, right? I mean, I remember that. I remember you were able to take one part for another.
To just make it part for every car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sure, there was probably a little bit, but you didn't have that issue. You could literally plug it in there and go on.
But now it's paid through the nose to the manufacturer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And made the fail too. Not only that, made the fail. As an HVAC tech, it's literally all made the fail. We joke around, even in my trade, that stuff made 30. I keep saying 30 years ago. It's,
buy, man. Everything you buy near enough is made to fail.
yeah.
Computers, man. You're lucky to like 2 years to 3 years out of a PC.
You're you're totally correct. You're right. I actually this
And the way that they do upgrades in this day and age as well. When you're talking about graphics cards and shit
Yeah.
like that,
it is.
and
It's,
you're talking thousands of dollars and thousands of pounds.
it's like
But nobody can afford them. It's they bring out these games, and it's like, well, now we're bringing out this game. It gives Nvidia and all these other fucking bastards the opportunity to fucking come out with a graphics card, which they've been sat on for nearly 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean?
and then you
And
can't.
it's less for like fucking what, two to 3 grand, 4 grand.
The worst part
Okay, so hold on, Justin.
Go ahead.
Tim is mad, and I understand why. Because Tim, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but you went through a little phase there where it was bullshit.
We just see it for what it is. You know what I mean? Just got to see it for what it is. Like, it's a computers industry. But the thing is, if you know what you're doing, you can buy the stuff cheap enough. You just build your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's exactly because that's where the
Don't
point.
don't go to these people like Dell and all these other
Oh
companies.
no, don't do that.
Buy machines off them for thousands of dollars.
That's the easy way out. Dell and
That's picking you about that. See, right, you're Tim, right? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name earlier, but that's exactly
Tim the Pigeon Master.
It's picking yourself up by your bootstraps. I grew up poor, so we had to sew our clothes. I remember sewing my own underwear. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, my mom taught us how to sew. I'm sure they're not teaching that now.
No, God, no.
At least mothers.
I got a Lenovo mini PC. That's what I'm running now to watch the chat and stuff on. Right, I'm on my phone talking to you guys, but I got my PC over there, and this is why occasionally you'll see me just looking over there.
Tim, have you been able to have it fixed finally?
My triple core is without hard drive.
So, and because it was hacked, right? It was hacked, right?
Oh Jesus!
It was down to an attack.
Yeah,
and it literally damaged the Windows 10 install so badly on the sector of the hard drive that it was installed to that I couldn't even reinstall Windows onto it.
See, so I don't understand why people do stupid shit like that. I really don't.
But the thing is what I'm saying about hardware and stuff. It's like, if you do YouTube, right, you don't need, and you want videos, you don't need a $4,000 fucking graphic.
No.
You know what I mean? Just get something fucking like, mid range.
Yeah, you need that if you're gaming.
Get a 1080 or something. You know what I mean? That'll do you right. You don't need this new bullshit that's out there. That's what makes me laugh about it all. And the other thing is just like, how many times have you heard about people complaining about Windows 11?
Of course.
You know, the amount of people are complaining about that. It's like, I was offered the upgrade and I turned it down.
I haven't upgraded either.
I don't think I've upgraded.
I run an i3. It's got 4 gig of RAM. You know what I mean? That's pathetic, like, you know what I mean?
I even
at the end of the day, it's Windows 10 So why? What you know? At the end of the day, it's like I'm saying, it's enough to run Windows 10. So why is Windows 11 got to be so fucking gutsy?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Would
yeah.
you say you changed
Well,
over to
yeah.
Linux, Justin?
Yeah. I installed oh god, I forget which OS, but I installed Linux on an old laptop, and it was it is what it is. I mean, if you're like you said, if you don't really need those graphics cards, there's no reason for you to have such things. Like
Yeah.
the only thing I look for in a computer is like, can I edit and can I run
Yeah.
multiple
But you can do that on a bog standard fucking PC.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then even then, you can spend $500 and probably get a decent computer. Like even the
Yep.
one I'm on right now, I believe.
As long as you've got the minimum of 4 to 8 meg of RAM,
Yeah,
you know, you're laughing. And it's like with editing and stuff. It doesn't take that long to process. You're talking like 20-minute video. If you edit, once you've edited it and then you run it through the program you use, whether it's Windows Movie Maker or whatever, literally 20 minutes of video takes about maybe 3/4 of an hour,
sure, yeah.
and then you can upload it straight to YouTube. But that's what I mean. But it's like Windows 11. They've made it. It's just so. I don't know why it's so intense on the hardware. You know what I mean?
To keep selling something, obviously.
I noticed that. I've looked at a few like benchmarks and things, and it's like it will even the most fucking hardy fucking processor you can buy right now, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're powerful, like, and you're talking like an AMD or whatever, and it's like it just eats into it.
Well, if anything, it's probably
It's been process after process after process all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the data mining.
Perhaps some like a data mining operation by Microsoft to see about all the faults and things to do with the operating system before they go and charge the fucking earth for it.
I really think that's what it is, because think about everything that's going on right now. Even right now, being on this, all this, your information is being processed.
Yep.
And in order way to handle that, you have to have a good computer. I have what you call it, the virus AVGN on my laptop, and it's constantly alerting me of stuff, tracking me constantly. That all that people don't know slows your computer down. So if you have all this graphics and you don't have all this extra RAM, you're not gonna know about you're gonna know about it easier. I realized that because after putting the virus protection on and it blocking all these tracking sites and whatnot, of course I do a lot of streaming and pirating stuff, so that doesn't help either. But just
because I doubt there's very many people on the fucking planet that don't do exactly the same thing that you do.
Yeah, exactly. It's and I don't even download it anymore. I stream it now.
I pretty much do the same thing, streaming.
It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to download any of that shit anymore. It really is.
I used to do all that peer-to-peer fucking downloading and all that sort of.
Spend nights doing it. Just spend a whole night, grab a beer, and
start.
Yeah.
iMesh years back.
What's it called?
iMesh. Remember iMesh? Them programs back in the day, peer-to-peer programs.
Oh yes.
What was it called?
iMesh.
iMesh.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
I downloaded every single Star Wars film off her.
Oh wow!
But then I went and bought them on DVD later on. Like,
of course,
yeah.
Just cover my ass.
That's what I say. I say that all the time. I'll buy a physical version of this if I like it.
If I like it's true though.
Yeah, I know it is true. I know.
If people don't believe that, but I will get a CD. I still do physical copies. I mean, not as often as I used to. I think I got like something right behind me that's full of DVDs and CDs that I haven't listened to, watched in forever. But still, I'll buy it.
Pirate Bay years back. Remember the Pirate Bay?
Yeah,
Pirate Bay. Yeah,
that's all shot.
Before they all ended up in court over it and all the rest of it. I was using that back before that even.
Yeah, there's all sorts of ones there.
All sorts of shit.
I remember it was easy. It was funner back then. But yeah, things have changed. It really has changed. You know,
Well, it's like a lot of things on the net, like it used to be so good back in the day. Now it's just like so regulated, and it's all about social media.
it's not the Wild West anymore.
No, it's not the Wild West anymore, and it sucks.
It's, as I like to sometimes call it, we're science fucked.
We came down.
Yeah, more or
Everything down
less.
to science.
Well,
literally.
what they did, didn't they? They came down on us like a ton of bricks.
Exactly. Yep.
They hire what is it? Psychologists for advertising. Come on, people.
Yeah, all those years and years of being able to do what the fuck, whatever we wanted to do, and now
Literally.
it's more and more restricted, more and more. You know what I mean? You can't have a say. You can't. There's no freedom of speech really there because
Exactly.
Well, I remember years ago, a buddy of mine used to work at Sears, and he goes, "The sales of TVs, they're plummeting, but they got a new invention out now. They're merging the computer monitor with the TV." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, really?" Yes, the future is going to be on the computer.
Yeah, here we are.
You know?
all right, man. Look how right he was as
And
well.
and you think he was a smart guy, eh?
Yeah.
You think so?
Was that you?
Was it me?
Yeah, was it you?
No, it wasn't me. No. But look at. I mean, it's true. I mean, you look at all the TVs now. All the TVs are basically monitors. The technology is like superior. Like it's just incredible what they've been able to do with the TV. But it's like, what are you going to do now? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding it very stagnant with technology right now. I'm finding technology very stagnant.
Right, you are right. I get what you're saying. It is like that at the moment. We haven't really had any more. Nothing. It hasn't advanced, does it?
Like what are they supposed to do with a new mobile phone?
Yeah, exactly.
An iPhone. How they could throw these little small things in there, but they haven't really done anything to like sort of.
No, they just changed the case. They just changed the case and the feel.
Change the case, or they put in a better camera in there, or now Apple with their satellite fucking connection. That's like fucking old technology. Come on.
It is a question, because when you even cars, I mean, sometimes I wonder, why do we have so many car companies when essentially, sure, they are different in their various little ways, but they all fucking the same. And sometimes I look at a car, I'm like, that's that car, but no, it's another brand that just looks like. It's like, why do we go through this? I don't know, because we're worried about communism. I don't know. I don't know. I think sometimes that's what it is, but essentially everything's just this. It is going to be the same. Like what's going to be
the film? Steve, what's the film? No, go right. I told you about Nope before, haven't I? That film.
Which film? Sorry.
The one with the alien, the greys in it. It's just coming out.
The alien. Sorry, the alien. What?
About a horse ranch in California.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I've seen a couple. I've seen, because they've done another advert run of it now, and they.
Oh really?
A little bit more of what it's about. You know what I mean? So you get the story slightly like you've got to go and see it. Like, but fair dues, it does look fucking awesome.
Interesting.
It's a piss take of the alien sort of thing with to do with the grave, but it's also like it's a bit of a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's a horror as well. You know what I mean? So you get a bit of everything in it.
Yeah, it's technology is it's at a stall. No matter how we look at it, it's at a stall. It's reached a sort of, okay, when are we going to like move to the next sort of plane of existence?
Yeah.
And what is it? Is the next plane of existence when they merge the technology with us?
Yeah. Where's my Cortana chip, Bill Gates, to the back?
I wouldn't mind it. I seriously,
I
I wouldn't. I mean,
You would embrace it, Justin?
want a Cortana.
yeah, I want cybernetics and everything. I want to be able to shoot, plasma things out of my arm eventually. Bam, bam, bam.
Covenant Fire, don't you? When I was sure.
You've been watching too many episodes of The Boys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've not seen a single episode of that, but I have watched like
It's interesting. I like that show.
Good stuff.
I gotta finish it off though.
Yeah. I'm on the third
I
season.
like the ask to get Netflix at the moment because I got Disney Plus. I'm happy with that, so you know.
Well, I mean, depending on where you. Well, I mean, if you can get it.
Terrible. I'm happy with Disney Plus.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, because you're a big Star Wars guy, Tim.
Well, that's it. Now you know that anyway.
Oh, I gotta ask you then, real quick, before we get derailed again. What did you feel about Obi-Wan?
I liked it. I enjoyed it, but there were certain things that blew it off canon.
Okay, I get it. Okay, yeah.
And I'm not talking about what YouTubers in general have come out with, because there's a lot of influences out there to do with Disney or to do with anti-Disney.
Of course.
You know, and it's like, I'm a Star Wars fan. I grew up with it. I was born in 1976. You know, the first Star Wars film I was taken to see was Empire Strikes Back in the cinema.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was only a little kid when Star Wars originally came out. But it's like I got to see it. I got to see Empire Strikes Back. I got to see them at the time when they were relevant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what's special to me about those films. It was even with episodes 1, 2, and 3, it was still relevant to me. But then it came down to George getting old. Couldn't be really arsed with it. He got his family. He just wants to fucking settle down. He's got his millions of dollars and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been waiting for that opportunity. Still to this day, he hasn't got any peace.
Yeah.
You know, he's still fucking doing stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
he hasn't got any peace. Even though he sold the franchise over to Disney, he's still got no peace.
Well, as far as I understood, he had quite a bit of say originally with this new sorry, I've been drinking. But new iterations, and they pushed him to the side. They literally pushed him to the side.
To do with The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
or any other fucking film, for me, because it's like this: when Disney took over, they wiped out all of the comics.
Sure. Yeah. You're right. That's not canon anymore. Yeah.
The Galaxy and all the rest of it, and that was established.
Yeah.
Originally, and Disney came along and just poodled over it and said, "Nah, it's not anymore. It's not canon."
Yeah. I was a fan. I didn't read everything, but
to me, the stuff that was talked about and all the rest of it by Disney saying, "Oh, it's not canon," it's still canon to me.
Yeah, well, you're a Star Wars fan and a gamer, so you must have played Knights of the Old Republic. And
I played all the Battlefront games. Even had the original first Battlefront game.
I got Battlefront actually.
Jedi Academy.
Yep.
Rebel Assault. Rebel Assault 2.
All great games. All great games.
All the original, like the Atari, Star Wars as well.
Nintendo for me. Super Nintendo was the last Star Wars game I played it on.
I had the one that was on the 2600.
This guy. I bet so. No, those are all good games. Seriously, even the old people don't realize they're really good games.
Those things are just like fucking flight simulators, man. You know what I mean?
Flight simulator. Yeah, exactly.
It's true, Steve. It's just like a flight simulator.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Tim.
You use your crosses to fucking take off, and this, that, and the fucking other. And all you use is them crosses to blow fucking shit out of the sky. And that's just that game.
One of my favorites was on N64. It was the pod racing one, and I thought that was serious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys play that?
I never played it, but it looked really cool.
It was good.
You have the N64 booster pack.
Yeah, man.
Boost the RAM on it and all.
I gave my 64 to my cousin. I'm looking to get one again because I still have old games on there. It's seriously a good system, really good
I'd
system.
like to get over a GameCube.
Yeah. Oh, I got a GameCube. I actually have a GameCube. The last game I'm playing was
Holy shit!
yeah.
You got a GameCube?
Dude, I got a GameCube. I got a Genesis. I got an original Nintendo.
Oh fuck! I used to love the
I've got a
Genesis,
PS2.
man.
Have you got a working PS2?
I do not have a PS2. I do not have
I
a
got
PlayStation 1.
a working
I still have a PS2.
You got one.
I have a PS2.
Yeah.
I used to. It was my little brother, and then I think he messed it up. To be honest with you, and it was us. It was passed through from me to my little brother, and
Yeah.
you're right. One of the best systems ever was PlayStation 2. Seriously.
Yeah. I found my recent one. It was in the middle of a field, about 5 miles away from me, in the middle of nowhere, where somebody had dumped a load of trash.
That's how you got it?
And I thought that looks a little bit too good to be true, just sitting there,
Yeah.
being like looking all fucked up and all the rest and covered in mud. So I brought it home. I could give it. I washed all the casing off, took the casing apart, had a look inside, and there was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I powered it up and it worked straight away. And it must have been there for about 3 months in the wind and the rain.
Jesus.
You know?
And you know what's funny? You say that, and my daughter, she
It's got
puts.
rust. Don't get me wrong. It got rust on it, right? But it works like a fucking like it's brand new.
My 360 is done. My Xbox One is done. Literally, a 4.
I know about Xbox One.
Yeah, literally. Well, my 360 I got to take it apart. I may be able to clean and save it, but my Xbox One, my daughter put some water on it, and the thing is done. It literally from the bottom.
I've got an Atari 2600 original.
Jesus.
Sell that, Steve. You should hang on to it for another 20 years.
Oh, I'm not selling it, man. I still have a whole bunch of games for it too, like Breakout and Pitfall and
Man,
the classic games, man.
Straight up.
Yeah,
I have RetroArch on my laptop, so
yeah.
every now and then I'll load up some retro. I can't get 64 games and some PlayStation games to play, but I'll play a lot of Sega and
Oh fuck yeah.
And some of the old Atari, but there's just something about that. There's just oh yes, exactly. I had a Game Gear, and oh my god, that brings back so much memories. Literally, Game Gear. But on technology, given a little bit of that, I think the reason why we are kind of stuck where we're at is partially because the majority of the population is not ready. I think that's really, really it. I mean, think of the labor argument we're having now for robots, to take over, which is going to happen, people, in the next.
But Justin, don't you think a shitload of people would go, I could fucking play video games 24/7 just with my fucking brain? Oh, awesome. Yeah, patch me in now.
Eventually, that's probably going to
be for a low price of $9.99 a month.
UFO shit now in this day and age. You know what I mean? Look at what we're being pumped full of now, right? And most of it's just to get you to buy NFTs.
Well, yeah. Now they're selling digital real estate. I mean, things they're going to change.
If you look at ex-Air Force pilots like Chris Leto or whatever his name is, who've got a YouTube channel, and it's like, one week he's making a video about UAPs, the next minute he's making a video about NFTs, so he can, get money from that. You know what I mean? And it's a big fucking Ponzi scheme bullshit.
I think we really need to do another show on that. A full out UAP show.
I don't not believe in it. I do believe that there are things that do occasionally visit the planet. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Not on a I've had this discussion with you before, haven't I, Steve, about it?
Yeah.
But not on a level that the YouTube community makes it out to be.
Yeah,
you know
I agree. I can agree to that.
Because a lot of that is fucking bullshit. It's like a lot of the
Oh
security-
yeah, there's a lot of crap out there. I agree with you, Tim. There's a lot of shit out there, and you know what? That goes with a lot of UFO shit, paranormal shit. There's a lot of garbage out there, and unfortunately, there are shitloads of people that will fucking soak it up and believe it.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
No matter what you do, what you say, you try to fight it off. It's like a losing battle. You show them the truth, and they
Yeah.
accept the truth. They want the fucking bullshit.
Well, that's BP Earthwatch and these different channels out there that are out there, that come out with
Yeah.
this sort of, and it's like, oh, Ison's tail is going to hit us in, 2023. It's like,
Well, I'll
what?
give you guys a hint.
The fucking sun, mate. You know what I mean?
I'll give you guys a hint that our upcoming season 15,
Mhm.
we are going with real stories from real people.
Oh, good.
That's
None
right.
of this fucking fabricated bullshit. People who have had experiences
Don't pick up on those
and we're
stories.
going to talk about those experiences because I'm sick and tired getting these fucking people that have written books and regurgitate the same garbage every time they come on a show. I want something different,
Yeah.
you know? I want to hear about Tim's experience with the UFO.
Well, you've used it.
I know I've heard it. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean, right, Tim?
It's just fucking. The fact is that there's so much fucking
So much bullshit out there.
bullshit on YouTube. And
Absolutely.
YouTube, at the end of the day, it's like that's what to blame.
There's
You know?
so much fucking bullshit out there, and you know what?
Justin,
Justin will tell you we've talked a crap load about all the bullshit and the paranormal out there, and the same goes for the UFO community, man. There's just so much crap out there.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the shit that Matt did back in the past, right?
Yeah,
Crop circle thing and making crop circles
Yeah.
and fooling people,
yeah,
right? But at least he fucking became open and honest and told everything.
exactly. At least he's open and honest about it. He's not hiding anything.
And there are them people that still to this day that were part of that group, still making those circles to this day. And
Yeah.
and Linda Mock now and all these other fucking assholes that are out there. You know what I'm saying?
And what
They
did
all pray on it. They pray on it. They pray on it, and they go, "Oh well, if you want to come and see these crop circles, and And I mean, this is the thing. They were charging people to come over from Japan and places like
Yeah.
that.
Jesus?
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah.
Matt confronted her about it wasn't just about that, but it was just like Matt got involved and got in the way, and Matt got attacked by an umbrella,
Yeah.
a Lipton Molten How umbrella.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
this is what happens. This is what happens when you get involved with that shit, man. You know that and many other areas of this shit that
Don't
you know
fucking
you
me,
know
I'm
that
not
you know the
subscribed to
truth.
this file. I'm not
You know the
subscribed to
truth.
Flighters, but
And
I
then
will.
when you expose that fucking truth,
I will
they
watch
make
it.
you look like the fucking idiot.
Well, it's like when they're going on about this Antarctica thing.
Yep.
There's an alien base in the Antarctic,
Yep.
and Navy SEAL 1 and Navy SEAL 2, they went there, and then there was Navy SEAL 3 and Navy SEAL. None of these people will ever give their names, and they'll never ever show their faces. And it's just like, really, Linda? And you're saying all this, and you say all that to your public, and then you go, oh, you go, and I've written books on alien cattle mutilation. It's right behind her, and it's visually there, and you know what I mean. It's just put there, right behind her on a shelf. The book, but
Yep.
you can buy the book.
But that's the thing.
Dump in the middle of the Nevada desert.
Exactly. That's
like for $100. It's like,
You know what, Justin? You know what, Justin? We're going to do this, and I know Tim. I want to have you on because you know what, you're passionate about this, and I want you to come on and talk
There
about
are
this.
things that I believe in,
You
and then
know,
there are things that I don't believe in because I can see the fucking,
Tim is a realist, and that's what I like about Tim.
Mhm.
And you know what, Tim, you're going to come on when we talk about it, right?
Mm.
I'm talking about it like a an old style mindset sort of.
Well,
We'll
that's why I
talk.
like Gareth. Getting
Yes.
back to what we were talking about with Gareth and this
Yes, and you know what, we'll do an old style.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the Gareth tribute, and Justin, you're more than welcome to join us for that.
Mm.
Right,
I do.
we're gonna have a Gareth tribute in August, but I'd like to do just like a fucking round table on this shit and just get the bullshit out, man. I honestly, and Tim, you
Gareth
gotta
was
come
a
on.
fucking guy. Gareth was the one guy that
Yep,
you'd have someone on his show. It's like Ben Emlyn Jones.
yep.
And there are things that Ben Emlyn Jones comes out with that I don't necessarily agree with.
No,
And
I know. I'm the same way. I love Ben. Ben's a great guy, but don't necessarily believe everything he says.
that's not his rhetoric. Don't get me wrong. That's not Ben's rhetoric.
No.
It's stories that he's heard in the past
Yeah.
and things like that. He wasn't witness to this or
Yeah.
witness to anything. He's just going by stories.
Stories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, so it's like this, some stuff that he comes out with, and he'll quote and all the rest. It's fucking absolute bollocks. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get
Like,
down to the root of the cause, buddy. We'll get down
like,
to it because that's what I love doing, and I'm sure Justin, you're more than welcome, and we're
Well,
gonna shut.
sharing charlatans with with the group lately.
Yeah.
This guy's running tours, and
we're gonna shut this thing down, but I want to thank you guys for coming on, and Ray for popping in, and Alex had to pass out. I've got an early day tomorrow too, but Tim,
I've got work in 2 hours, and I'm absolutely
yeah,
cracked.
Tim, you take
Like,
care, man. It's good to
what I
see you
like for
again.
your life.
Hey,
Get into
Tim,
my 4 o'clock on British time.
Tim, it's
4
good to it's good to see you again, buddy. You take care, and we'll talk again, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, the vid be out probably maybe Sunday or Monday.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. And Justin,
I'll see in the
check it out.
comments.
It's
And
it's
you'll
an
see it
old
in
it's an
the
old
comments.
castle. It's an
okay.
old castle, and Tim's gonna he's got a presentation. I'm looking forward to it. So
You're gonna enjoy it.
I know I am. I'm
You're
looking
gonna
forward.
enjoy
I'm looking
it.
forward to it, buddy.
Like those sort of stories about fucking back the old history and all the rest of it, because back when this happened, America didn't even exist. Well, the American Indians existed,
Yeah,
obviously, but you know what I mean.
but the country itself, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it, buddy. I'm looking forward to it. So you're saying it's Sunday for sure?
Yeah, either Sunday or Monday, but more than
Sunday or Monday?
likely Sunday afternoon British time.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Take care, my friend.
I shall, and you have a good week, all right? And
Yeah, you too. Justin,
well, man,
take care. It's good to see you, buddy.
good to see you. I'm seeing you.
Always good to see you. Take care,
Seeing you.
guys.
You know.
Take care, everyone. Nice seeing everybody this evening. Good night, guys.
Whee!
Woohoo!